Hey guys, it's Nick from Key Issues, and today we're going to be talking about The Flash Season 2. More specifically, what we're going to be talking about is who is Zoom. To start out, let's discuss a couple common theories that have hit the internet. The first and most prominent theory out there is that Earth 2 Barry himself is actually Zoom. It seems like a cool idea. I think that The Flash has done a good enough job of staying kind of faithful to the comics to say that we're probably not going to see the Earth 2 version of Barry end up being Zoom, especially when Zoom has a pretty storied history in comic books already. I think it would kind of be a slap in the face of the character to make it be Earth 2 Barry, who really doesn't have any association to that character, Reverse Flash, or Zoom whatsoever. The second theory I've heard a lot about is Barry's father, or more specifically, Barry's father from Earth 2 is actually Zoom. There's nothing in the comics that would suggest to me that Zoom would end up being Barry's father. While it's certainly possible to shake the boat to have that character end up being Zoom, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Now that we've got the two biggest theories out of the way, I want to take a second and kind of go over my theory that I have and where I think things are going to go. So in the latest episode of The Flash, Jay Garrick is talking to Caitlin. He introduces Caitlin to Hunter Zolomon, which is our Earth's version of Jay Garrick. So what do we really know about Earth 2 Jay Garrick? Well, we pretty much know what he's told us about himself. We know that Harrison Wells doesn't like him. We know he's telling everybody that he doesn't have access to the Speed Force. We also know that he knows advanced techniques and more things about the Speed Force probably than even Barry knows. That alone isn't enough to say that Jay Garrick is Zoom, of course, but it gives us a foundation to at least look at him as an option. So here's where things get a little crazy. You're probably thinking, how can Jay Garrick also be Hunter Zolomon and also be Zoom? I think it all leads to misdirection. If our Earth's Hunter Zolomon looks exactly like Jay Garrick, then what's to say that Jay Garrick and Hunter Zolomon, at least in this universe, aren't the same person? It's entirely possible that the Jay Garrick that we know is misdirecting our group of heroes in order to get access to knowledge that he doesn't have. Here's where things get a little bit tinfoily, so I'm going to need you to put your tinfoil hats on for a second. I think that Zoom is dying. I think that when you learn that Jay Garrick is dying, what he's actually doing is telling a partial truth. He's asking Caitlin and he's asking Harrison Wells for help, trying to figure out how to sustain his life force, despite the fact that what he's been doing all along is stealing speed forces from other Flashes throughout the multiverse. I think that's an excellent motivation for the character of Zoom to be the fastest. He's going from universe to universe trying to gain the speed force from different speedsters, and really, why is he doing that? Does he just want to be the fastest, or is he trying to save himself? I think it makes much more sense, at least from a villain or a sympathetic villain standpoint, that he's trying to save his own life by going from universe to universe and killing the Flashes and consuming their life force or their speed force or whatever it happens to be. Think of it like that terrible Jet Li movie, The One, but in the DC Comics universe. That's what I think is going on. I think that ultimately you're going to learn that the person that Caitlin and Jay Garrick were looking at in the park, that Jay said to Caitlin was Hunter Zolomon, is actually that universe's Jay Garrick. And the Jay Garrick that we know has been Hunter Zolomon all along. Well, if you guys like that theory and you think it holds some weight, let us know what you think down in the comment section. Or, if you're cool, you'd go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That would let us know that you support us. Thanks, dudes.